Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Harmony. In today's video I'm going to be explaining the story of how I got engaged. If that's something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and let's get right into it. So I asked you guys over on my Instagram what you wanted to see from me, and somebody suggested doing a little story time about my engagement, so that is what we're going to do today. Apparently a lot of you wanted to see that. I did a little poll and it won by like a landslide, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get into the story of when I got engaged. For those of you who may not know, I actually have a full video of the proposal and everything up on my channel. It's from like 2 years ago, so I will have that linked up here and in the description if you want to check that out. Let's relive it. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are new, Dennis and I started dating in 2016. We had a little rough start, so we took some time apart and then we started dating again in the beginning of 2017 in January. And then in November of 2018 is when he proposed and asked me to marry him. And let me tell you guys, I had no idea this was coming, okay? Absolutely no idea. It was probably the best it could have ever been because I've always wanted it to be a surprise, and I didn't have a clue. I was clueless, you guys. Of course, we had talked about it previously, like, oh, like, we'll get married, like, we'll get engaged, whatever. And I always, like, would ask him, not, like, too pushy. I was just like, hey, like, when do you think, like, you'd want to get engaged, whatever. And he just always, like, pushed it away. He'd be like, oh, not for, like, 5 years, 6 years, like, and it felt like such a long time to me, and I was like, seriously, like, that long? But I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to force him, obviously. I would want it to be on his terms if he's asking me. So I didn't want to force him, and I was just going with the flow. No idea anything was going to happen. And on November 3rd of 2018, he asked me to marry him. We were celebrating my birthday, which was on November 6th, so it was the Saturday before. And my family was there and his family was there, so all of our immediate family that we see for holidays and stuff were there, which was really, really cool. And apparently he had had the ring for months before this, and he was going to ask me on a cruise that we went on about 2 months beforehand, but he chose not to and decided to do it when all of our family would be there, which was really cool. So when he did it, everyone was singing happy birthday to me, and I blow out my candles. He taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and he's on one knee asking me to marry him. And I was like, what? Are you kidding? Like, it just felt so surreal, and the fact that I had absolutely no idea, it just like blew my mind. I couldn't even believe it was happening. So like I mentioned, I do have that whole video up on my channel, so definitely go watch that if you have not already. Den literally had the whole thing recorded just for me because he knew I'd want to put it on my YouTube channel. So he gave his brother my GoPro, which I was like, okay, like, I didn't think anything of that either because obviously I like to film things. It was my birthday, so I was like, oh, like, let's film my birthday. He had the ring in his pocket the whole day. Had no idea. I was having friends over after our families left to have like a little bonfire in my backyard, and I had bought these little chalkboard signs, and I wanted to like put them outside. They're like directional arrows, be like, oh, party's this way, whatever. And I had an extra one, and I still have it to this day. He wrote on it, and it says, I love you, and it's hanging up on my little dresser. You guys may have seen it in my videos, but I will insert a clip of it so you guys can see it. But yeah, he wrote that the day he proposed to me, and it means so much to me. I'm so glad he did that. I love that I get to keep that forever. Yeah, that's kind of how he proposed to me. He let them sing happy birthday to me, tapped me on the shoulder, asked me. Of course, I said yes. I started bawling my eyes out. Some of our family knew, but some of them also had no idea it was happening. My dad knew, of course, because he had asked my dad if it was okay on Halloween. My grandmom knew because my dad told my grandmom. I'm pretty sure my brother knew. I know Dan had talked to him before about it. His family knew, of course. But as far as my cousins, they didn't know. Like, so many people there were just as surprised as I was. And it was a great day. It was so nice to have everyone there. We took some pictures in my backyard afterwards, so I will insert those on the screen so you guys can see those. It was a really, really great day. It was a really special birthday. None of my friends knew, as far as I know. I don't think any of his friends knew. I have no idea. Maybe his best friend, but as far as I know, nobody knew. And everyone was showing up, and I was like, oh my god, guys, guess what? And I was like showing them my ring, and I texted my best friend, and I told her, because she lives in Pittsburgh, so obviously she couldn't be there, but it was just such a great day. And then I got to spend it with all of my really close friends. I have a bunch of pictures from that night, the bonfire, so I will insert those as well. But it was just a really good day. I had absolutely no idea. We had gone to a jewelry store once to get my hand size for a ring, but I was so convinced it was for a promise ring because he had always pushed off the idea of us getting engaged, and I was like, okay, well, we're getting a promise ring. So when the lady went to measure my finger, I handed her my right hand, and I was like, here you go, like, promise rings normally go on your right hand, so it doesn't look like you're engaged. So, and Den was like, and I was like, no, it's for a promise ring, it's fine. And of course the ring didn't actually fit, but it was okay. I had to get it resized, but I was so convinced. I had no idea. He had hid it in his room on a very, very high shelf because, as you know, he is 6'5" and I'm 5'1", so I could never see it. We were on the cruise. I don't believe he brought the ring with him at all because normally I helped him pack, so I don't think he brought it. Before we had gone, he decided against it. And we were on the cruise, and we just like were walking through the stores. We went into the jewelry store, and we were looking at rings. And guys, I literally looked at him, and I was like, ew, I don't like rose gold. Like, I want silver. I don't want rose gold. Like, no, no, no. I had no idea he had already bought this, and it's rose gold. I felt so bad once I finally found out that, but it's okay. I literally love this so, so, so much. I will do more of a close-up, but it's so pretty. It's rose gold, and I love it. I'm sorry if that was all over the place, but that was the story of us getting engaged. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. I will try to answer them, or maybe I'll do a Q&A where I answer everything. For those of you wondering, because I know this question is coming, when are we getting married? Well, I wanted to finish college, which I did last June, and we wanted to move out, so we're working on that right now. I don't want to get married and then come home and live with our parents, so we want to move out first, and then eventually we want to get married after that. I'm not really in a rush at all. I'm 24 and he is 22 right now, going to be 23, and we got engaged so young, and I was not expecting it at all, so I'm not really in a rush to get married right away. Obviously I would like to before I'm 30, but yeah, that's just kind of where we're at with things. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I am so excited and so thankful for every single one of you. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.